All right, as I said, my name is Lieutenant John Collins with the Los Santos Police Department. I will be conducting your interview tonight, and it is being recorded, so we have can go through with our HR department. Could you please state your first and last name for me, please?
Martin Riggs.
All right, Mr. Riggs. We're going to have certain questions I'll ask you, just kind of gauge your character and how you would react to certain things. Also, I'm going to have a series of scenario-based questions to see how you respond in your own perspective. Okay. All right. So, nothing really hard. Basic common sense. Um, you've been. It looks like you've had prior LEO experience before, correct?
Yep, yep.
Okay. So, kind of tell me about yourself and any of your past experiences that you have as a LEO.
Um, Pretty much been an LEO all my life. Kind of love the job. Kind of love helping people and getting criminals off the street and keeping the streets clean.
Hmm.
Um, Past experiences, I've been here and up and over the mountain and back down the mountain, and it's been moved from city to city just for a little bit of different change. It's
Hmm.
here before the big storm, and then move to another city, and you know, kind of just climb the ranks and and keep doing what
Okay.
I'm doing in the LEO.
What was the highest rank that you achieved?
Would be a sergeant, be a SWAT commander.
Okay. And how long was you at a sergeant rank?
I'd
If you can remember, it's not necessary.
say about a good 6 months,
Okay. Um.
just because it needed a change.
Right. I understand. Kind of tell me a little bit about what you could bring to the LSPD to either better it, make it run smoother, or so forth.
I could bring a little bit of knowledge here and there. I've again been through it. I've worked with a lot of good people and learned a lot, and you know, um, new ideas never hurt. You know,
Hmm.
having ideas out there from new people coming in and such is be good. I could bring my ideas and whatnot, and we can go from there.
Right. Good ideas are good. There's nothing wrong with that. Um.
I mean, you're also getting a good officer as well.
Mhm, mhm.
I,
What?
I'm pretty sure there's some people here that could vouch as well.
Oh yes, yes, I'm sure. If you had somebody referred you, what would you think would be the best thing they would say about you as a LEO?
Um, the best thing about being LEO that someone would say would probably be along the lines of he's a good cop and good officer and doesn't let anything slip through.
Hmm. Hmm.
In a sense of step by step doing it the correct possible way.
Okay. In your own words, kind of tell me what you think would be the most important asset as a law enforcement officer.
Most important asset as a law enforcement officer
Hmm.
would be um, community policing. Keeping people safe out there, getting out there, and keeping people safe, and also just letting the public know we're there to have their backs.
Outstanding. Good. Good. That's our key thing here is we want to be the face of the community. We want to make sure that we outreach to them, kind of bridge the gap in between us and them, to let everybody know, we're not out here just to arrest somebody. We're here to, educate and sustain that education. Um, what currently motivated you to apply for this position?
Uh, wanted to get back into things and get back into the full swing of things on being an LEO and doing what I love of helping people.
Hmm.
Also, I've flew into the city, noticed a few names that look familiar, and I'd like to reconnect with a couple of those people
Okay,
and
yeah,
have good relations and again keep that community policing out there together, build build one for all.
yeah. That's good. That's really good. Now, I want you to think really hard about this. It's not really a hard question. It's solely based upon you. Okay. It's no right or wrong answer. So don't think about that. What would you think would be your greatest weakness, and what would be your greatest strength?
I would say my greatest strength would be communication. I try to communicate as best as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when at all times I'm being contacted, communication keeps everyone safe.
Right.
My weakness would probably be organizational skills. I'm not a good organizational person, but I try my hardest as to learn and keep up with that every day.
Right. So I mean, as far as organization skills, it's not really affect like any kind of report writing or conducting evidence sweeps or anything like that. I mean, you pretty much got the basic gist of that still.
Yeah,
It's just, there's certain things that you're not acclimated for still, and that's everybody. Everybody's not used to doing everything. They have
right.
their specific individual things that they're very good at and they're proficient at. And I think you're one of them that are proficient at, patrolling and making sure everything's where it needs to be. Um, okay. Once accepted and once you've gone through the academy and everything, oh my God, that siren. What would you think your availability would look like?
Uh, right now, currently, it's you know sun up, sundown, plus past sundown only because of uh, Liberty City issues.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets back to the swing of things, it's probably going to be a more of like a after sundown type deal. Uh, Pretty much
Okay.
Tuesday through Sunday.
So, if I say there's like a 6 hour requirement a week, would that be sufficient?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. All right. And the reason why I ask is usually our officers, uh, all the way up to senior officer, we try to do at least 4 to 6 hour minimum requirement. Anything corporal and sergeant is 8 hours, and anything lieutenant up is 10 hours. So, just kind of trying to gauge your availability here as far as
I gotcha.
how that would work with you. And obviously, don't think that you all continuously have to make it. If something arises, obviously we have forms and procedures we can do with that. We can always work around
Absolutely.
it. All right. Let me think of a couple scenarios here. I'll tell you what. Let me give you this quick one here, real quick. Okay. Um.
Uh,
So, let's say you're first on scene of a Fleeca bank robbery. What is the first thing you do when you arrive on scene?
First thing I would do is uh, obviously I'm gonna communicate and call out what I see, how many subjects I see, what the car vehicle description is, just in case someone may have some information on it. And then I'm gonna wait at least for maybe one more unit before I make any kind of contact uh, before anything because they could easily take me hostage as well if that's the case that's going on right there.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And then once making contact with the suspect, they advise they want a safe passage, no spikes. Um, these demands are met. What is the next step following this step that you would do?
Um, Before I even actually do any kind of demands, I'm going to check on the hostage first, make sure that they don't need any food, water, or anything like that. Make sure the hostage is taken care of. That way, again, go back to community policing, make sure everyone's safe. Once demands are talked about and we agree upon demands, I'm going to communicate those demands to officers on scene and then start handing out um, uh, assignments on who's chasing, who's staying back, and who's following type of commands. Not commands, but
Hmm.
assignments.
Right. Okay. Um. Good. Awesome. Awesome. So let's say you're on shift, okay, and you're running stationary radar along North Railway or Great Ocean Highway, whichever one. You see a fast moving vehicle coming towards you in your cruiser, and the radar clocks that car at 90 miles an hour. You initiate the stop on the motor vehicle. You notice that the car looks very familiar to you. As you're walking up to the car, you approach the driver at the door, and you realize, hey, this is the kicker. It's your grandmother. She seems upset, but she also seems relieved that she knows that it's you. How do you respond to this situation on this traffic stop?
Uh, no one's above the law. Just
Hmm.
because family related, it's not anything more. But I would also uh, call another unit to handle said traffic stop for obvious reasons of conflict of interest. Um, don't want to be doing one thing just because she's family and let her go type deal or such. So I call another unit to advise what I witnessed and what's going on, and then or or such, more or less like a supervisor to handle the stop and how we want to proceed with.
Okay. Um, this is going to be a good one. All right, we're going to make you use your brain on this one. All right, now this is going to also pertain to a case law. All right, and if you don't know the actual name of the case law, that's fine. It's not a big deal. But let's say that you're going to be riding with the assistant chief here. Both of you are responding to a drug sale on the south side of town here, and then upon arrival, you see a positive handoff. You visually see a handoff, and then you go to try to make contact with the individual that starts to run. The assistant chief yells at you to shoot, but you don't see any sign of any visible weapons in that suspect's hand of the fleeing individual. How do you respond and what would you do?
Um, I would respond with no action. I don't see a threat currently um, given by the subject. So, I'm not going to shoot an unarmed personnel, even though he may have a gun on him. I'm just not going to shoot him until, he poses a threat to myself, the chief, or, any other civilians, you know, and such. I'm not looking to get a case today.
Right, right. Yeah,
You
it
know,
happens.
if we wanna go any further on that, it would be brought up to IA to we may need some more help
Hmm.
versus not we don't need help. You know what I mean. I'd bring it up to IA. Like this call was not right type deal in my opinion, and just have it looked at type deal.
Right.
Other than because I'm just a plain old officer. Have someone else look at it and see what their determination was on that.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask you a curious question, okay? There's no right or wrong answer, but it does kind of depend on what you answer to be. So, let's say you was a muffin, okay? You're a
Oh,
muffin.
the muffin.
Mm-hmm. What kind of muffin would you be?
Um, this isn't a hard one. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be it's gonna be a blueberry muffin,
Mm-hmm.
but with the sugar grain on top of it.
Sounds nice. Okay, so I'm going to give you a bonus question with that. You're the blueberry muffin. If someone stole your muffin, what level of violence do you use to get the muffin back?
Is it just one muffin, or is there plenty of muffins
Let's
for her to share?
okay. Let's put it. Let's say this is the very last muffin that you have to eat.
Fine. And who took my muffin?
Um, we need a tiger.
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger is gonna get less than lethal.
Okay. Okay.
You know, he's either
Uh.
gonna get a taser to the balls, or no, excuse me, either gonna get a taser to the back, or he might get a nightstick to the balls. I mean, a
Mhm.
nightstick to
Mhm.
the back.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
Uh.
Tony Tiger is not above taking my muffin from me.
Right. Right.
He don't get the right to take my muffin. Now, if it was
Mhm.
John Collins or Terry Robertson, I'm gonna
Mhm.
share it with my buddies.
Yeah.
But Tony the Tiger, you know what?
Give him a
No,
quarter piece. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So here's a very curious question. If you was being shot at, okay, and I want you to think about this one. What song would you be playing as your pump up song, and why?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um. There's a group out there called Fame on Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Called the song's called Signs. You know, it just goes with the whole adrenaline and you know you bob with it, and you know it's a really catchy song and
Correct.
really good shootout tune.
Yeah, I'd probably more of a disturbed person. So, there'd be bodies hitting the floor.
Disturbed and seeing bodies at the floor.
Same thing.
If I'm not mistaken, Disturbed and seeing bodies.
I don't even remember who sings it. That's what be
Yeah,
playing.
your little you got your song and your artist
We're
everybody
not
just up there in
playing
their shirts.
Teenage Wasteland. That's for sure.
I'm a Barbie girl. I feel
Uh,
I feel like that goes with Robertson.
Maybe A Million Miles. That's his song. Yeah. Diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. That's his speed. All right. Any? Let's see. Do you have any questions or comments so far?
No,
Okay.
I'm gooch.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a question. It's just to kind of understand if you think you might know what this is, and a lot of people don't. It's fine. But in your own words, can you try to explain what you think fruit from the poisonous tree means in terms of our side of the law?
Ooh, fruit from the poisonous tree on our side.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're the tree and the criminals are the poisonous fruit. You know,
Okay.
we got to take one bad fruit down at a time, and you know, throw them in the slammer. Make sure they come out as a good fruit, a nice healthy fruit.
Right. You don't want to eat bad applesauce, right?
No,
No. Nobody likes that sour taste. Okay. Cool. Um. Any questions so far about anything?
no, we're good.
Okay. Well, this will conclude your interview. Um. Sorry it took you so long to get here, but I was very patient to try and get you took care of, get you done. Um, Most generally, once I post this recording of your interview, anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, we'll try to get back with you and let you know what we're going to do and any dates for to further process stuff. I do know that we will have two academy dates. They're usually on a Saturday. Would you be able to attend a Saturday academy when it's available?
I can try. Yeah.
Okay. And it's probably going to be like late afternoon or night anyway. So.
Well, I say that because it's here in the central United States.
Hmm.
In 2 weeks, I think dove season's going to be opening up, so my
Yeah.
weekend's kind of going to be. Yeah, I think you get my drift.
Yeah. We can try and get something worked out if we need to. As long as you kind of communicate with us, if something needs to be changed, we'll try and work with it.
All right.
Um.
Yeah.
Currently, no mental states or anything that we need to worry about.
No.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, this will conclude that, and we will. I'll get you back out here so you can get go.